Magic.com. We've talked all season kind of about the value of these experiences to have an overtime game, coming down to the last second against a team like Philly. Just how valuable is that for this group?
I think it's extremely valuable. Our guys are gaining execution experience, understanding what it's like to play against a high-level playoff team. And these guys did a great job of executing down the stretch, finding the looks that you need and want. Obviously, things didn't work out towards the end the way we wanted it to, but at the end of the day, these guys have done a great job of doing all that we've asked and continuing to compete until that horn goes off.
Coach, what happened on those last two possessions where you had Franz take the shot, he gets fouled, and then especially the last possession where you had to take the three at the end?
Well, that last possession was drawn up. We run that play to get speed up the court with 6.7 seconds on the clock. Now, we wanted to get that shot for Cole, and I'm going to have to go back and look at the film to see exactly where Dell, what could have happened in the situation, whether it was attack the rim. But again, it's our guys being able to execute that ball, getting in bounds, and being able to get the shot in general is where we want to keep honing on what our guys are doing.
Coach, we saw Jalen was ruled out of returning. Do you have an update on him and just kind of how is he feeling?
As of right now, there's no update right now. Just swollen ankle. When it's all said and done, we'll have to reevaluate him and look at him tomorrow.
Coach, just what are you seeing out of Markel? It just looks like he's pushing the ball extremely well. His vision looks even better, if that's the thing.
No, he's pressing the pace of the game, pushing it on make or miss, finding guys. Again, he's putting guys in position to get open shots, to get good looks, and he's constantly communicating with his teammates as well as myself to figure out where the spots are on the floor that he can get guys open, as well as defensively. Just active hands, being able to get a hand on the basketball.
Coach, Melissa Thomas with Florida National News. Coach Rivers, before the game, commended the Magic in terms of the team's ability, going back to what you said about resilience, their ability to stay in the game. So kind of just speak to that a little bit, especially towards the end there in overtime.
Our group of guys, that locker room is, I've said it from day one, they're about as tied together a group of I've seen. They continue to fight for one another. They continue to battle for one another throughout the game. And our assistant coaches do a phenomenal job of preparing them for the game and getting them ready to go and play. And, you see that tonight in what they've done, understanding that we've been down times before, we've been up, but they stay resilient in the face of that because they're tied together with one another.
Coach, given the caliber of the competition that he was going up against tonight, would you consider this to be Wendell's best performance of the season?
Wendell's done so many great things throughout the year, and he's been willing to take on all type of challenges. I mean, Joel is not an easy guard, and he takes on those challenges night in and night out. So he's going to continue to do that as we go throughout the remainder of the year.
Jamahl, we kind of mentioned before the game that, the free throws, especially with the way Embiid and Harden, get into the lane and force issues. I guess what about the way they play makes that so difficult? Do you almost feel like you have to, talk with the refs more about like, hey, they're doing this, hey, they're doing that? Like, I guess you would call it trickery, if you want to use that word.
I'm going to give you the best answer I can give you right now. No comment.
Fair enough. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
We'll have Cole.
Obviously you guys didn't have any timeouts on that final possession. What were you trying to get out of that final play? And how did you like the look you got?
I mean, it's tough. It was definitely a tough look. I mean, they played pretty good defense, kind of anticipated what we were going to do. So definitely a tough look, but I thought it was on target. Anything could have happened. It could have fallen. We could have won that game, and the move would have been very different. So it's a great fight by the team. So super proud of them, and just us, the team. So I keep getting better off of this build.
Kind of following up on that, there's a lot of young guys on this team, obviously. Just how valuable are these experiences, overtime games against, teams that are contending not only for the Eastern Conference Championship, but finals contenders as well?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, me and Dell saying to each other as soon as we stepped into the locker room, that last us, we had a little bit of miscommunication and just kind of trying to figure it out. And we said, hey, every time we said to each other, we're going to have a bunch more opportunities to practice that. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. That's a great experience to go against a team like that who is, as you said, a playoff team with two perennial All-Stars.
Cole, this is Melissa Thomas of Florida National News. So we heard from Coach Rivers pregame He commended you guys on like your sense of resilience. He was saying like, every game you guys are always in it. Like there's, even when you're down by, double digits, you guys always find a way to fight back and come back. Just kind of speak to that and just the ability for you guys as a team to kind of fight back.
I mean, look, we all hungry. I mean, we've kind of gone through a bulk of the season, just losing a lot of games. And I mean, at this point, I think since All-Star break, we'll be 5-4 since All-Star break now. So I mean, I think we're really learning how to play with each other. And I think we're just, as you can see, we hungry. Like we don't like this is a game that easily could have fallen in our favor. We just sometimes the ball it's not going to bounce your way. But look, we hungry and we here.
Goal to kind of piggyback off that. What would you say of the team's play after the slump in the third quarter tonight, where I don't know if maybe you could speak to this, is where if that quarter happens earlier in the season, the game kind of gets away from you.
Yeah.
And they get it down to about 1 or 2 points there midway through the third. And then you guys were able to hold things and keep them at about an arm's length for most of the rest of the second half. Do you feel like this is a spot where the team's gotten better over the course of the season?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. One thing, I mean, me personally, I try to stress is us not hanging our heads. I mean, I think like we didn't have situations earlier in the season where like team would go on a run, we still be up 5 or 6, and we're like, we got our heads down. I'm like, bro, like it's a long game. 48 minutes is a long time to play basketball, man. A lot can happen. The other team's gonna go on runs. You just got to keep your composure and stay locked in, and just realize, all right, cool, they won the run. We can still win this game though. And so I think we did a great job of that tonight. Just holding our keeping our composure.
Cristo Salsas on Zoom.
Hey, Cole. Hope you're doing well. Where do you feel you are as a team, progress-wise, about your progress as a team overall? And how, for you personally, you mentioned numbers of times this season that you want to impact the game with many ways as a leader of this team. Do you feel you have progress on that aspect to be impactful on many ways on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've just continue to get better, and I want to continue to keep getting better. I mean, I think obviously I have a long way to go. I mean, this team, we got a long way to go, but dang, what's going on over there? But yeah, man, I mean, I think we made a lot of progress, but the beautiful part about this is that we just have so much more progress to make, and that's one thing. Look, everybody on the team, we've all bought in. We all are hungry. We all want to continue to get better.
Anything else here? All right, thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Wendell, Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. Just kind of take us through that final possession shot attempt. I know you guys didn't have any timeouts left. What you were trying to get out of that last possession?
We was trying to go. We was trying to get Cole with a head of steam a little bit coming up the court. Thaba did a really good job of kind of jumping that pass. It's kind of like a shuffle pass, and he's kind of like in a full sprint. Yeah, that's what happened, and he just did a really good job of taking us out of that play.
Wendell, we've talked, so much of this season has been about experiences for the young group, to gain these experiences, overtime games against playoff caliber teams. Just how valuable is that for a lot of the guys on this team as you continue to try to make that development?
It's extremely valuable because, we see ourselves being in this position a lot. So, a season like this, I feel like it's good that, we're going into these games and, we're giving ourselves a chance in the fourth quarter. So, it's important, and, I kind of preach to the team, like, we're going to be in these positions a lot. We're going to win some, we're going to lose some, but the fact that we're in these positions, it's a good thing for sure.
Wendell, being in year 4 for you and now having gone through these matchups against the likes of Joel Embiid, and with the year that you're having, how much more confident have you felt going into these kind of games against the best centers in the NBA?
No, I'm at an all-time high of confidence right now. For the sole fact that, it's my 4th year. I've put in a lot of work into this game. And at the end of the day, it's man on man, mano y mano. It's one-on-one. And I love that challenge. And, with the great teammates and great coaches behind me, that just gives me an extra boost. So, this is just kind of how I am. It's fun. This game is fun. Like sometimes we take away from the fact that this is a game at the end of the day. Like, yeah, we get paid to do it now, but it's still a game. It's meant to be fun for us. So, I'm starting to find the joy. After all I've been throughout my first 3 years, I'm starting to find the joy again in this game, and within that joy, it's just going out there and playing hard against some of the best players in the world.
Wendell, kind of following up on that, do you almost, when you go into these matchups, do you almost take them personal in the sense of, I have something to prove. I'm trying to prove that I am on the same level, just as good as, these other all-star, all-NBA caliber bigs?
Yep. That's kind of where I'm at. I see myself as a really good player. I see myself as a person who can hang with the best of them. And yeah, I mean, I try to do that anytime, and anytime I'm going against these high caliber bigs. So, I just see it as an opportunity just to prove myself in this league.
Wendell, I got to ask, what's Embiid like? You're down low, you're playing D. What's it like, man?
It's tough. It's tough. He's a force on the offensive end. From the duck ends to, he has the finesse game to the 3-point line. He's shooting a really good percentage from the 3-point line this year. So it's a lot to handle for sure. But the one way you slow that down is making them work on the other end. And I try to do that tonight.
Thanks, Del.